Are you really connecting with people online, or you're just scrolling through expertly crafted performances? We have all seen the highlight reels, but what if I told you that the authentic online persona you admire might just be a curated illusion? It's time for us all to pull back the digital curtain. And for today's topic, I'll be sharing a quick insight on decoding online authenticity, real or performance. If you're joining me for the first time, my name is Shukra Kalibin, and this is Sit Say Podcast. Stay tuned. We live in a world full of filters, curated feeds, and highlight reels, and it's hard to tell what's real anymore. Are we being our true selves online, or we are all just performing for validation? Is our online self a true reflection of who we really are, or who we want others to think we are? Let's start with the performance side. We all know that feeling of posting on social media. You post and then you're gradually going back to check if someone has liked, comment, or share your post. And you post initially because you wanted to share that moment with the world, but then it gradually turns into you seeking validations from others. And a lot of us say we're being authentic online, but authenticity can also be performance. Let's take a minute to think about it. I've actually come across a lot of what do they call them now? Influencers on social media. I've actually come across videos whereby an influencer is crying, and a part of me questions that vulnerability because that post is actually perfectly edited and timed. And a part of me also thinks that they are actually sharing their vulnerability and they are being authentic. And then a friend of mine said to me that Shukrat, even authenticity is curated now. And that actually hits me hard because, especially in 2025, we've all turned vulnerability into content now. And that makes me ask the question, when you post, do you post because you want to share moments with your friends and the world in general? Or do you post because you want to get attention? And here's the funny thing, the more people talk about being real online, the more pressure it becomes for them to actually perform that realness, if that makes sense. Because a lot of people say, oh, I'm not perfect, I'm just being me, I'm just being real. But even that is actually a curated performance. Because let's think about it, the internet has become a stage for all of us, and whether we all like it or not, we are all taking a part in it. And that in itself is quite exhausting because you're expected to look good, you're expected to sound humble, and also be relatable all at the same time, which for me, I consider that to be a chore. There is also a fear of missing out because if you do not share enough, people would forget you like that. And at the end of the day, online, the likes equals validation and the experience you share equals status. And if you share too much, you'll be judged for it. If you do not share too much, you will also be judged for it. So it gradually becomes a balancing act of performing. And this leaves a lot of people frustrated, like they are never enough. And this also makes me question how much of you is really you online and how much of you is a curated performance designed to impress others. Because at the end of the day, authenticity is not about perfection, authenticity is not about being real. Authenticity is about being consistent with who you really are, whether people like it, see it, share it, comment, or not. When we think about online authenticity, it's not just about personal branding. It's about how we are connecting with people, be it for friendship reasons, dating, or perhaps work reasons. And this makes me ask the question every time I am online. Am I connecting with the real version of this person or perhaps their digital character? Because I've seen instances whereby you fall in love with someone's online energy only for you to meet them in real life and then you realize that they are a completely different person off screen. And that's not to say that people are being deceitful. It's just that we often present our best version for the world to see. And then we start believing that is who we are, when in reality, it's the opposite. And this makes me question if we are now gradually becoming strangers to our own offline selves, if that makes sense. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that our online presence is completely fake. I'm just saying that to a great extent, we have all magnified it. And this shows both the worst and good side of us all. And the key takeaway thing here might just be that we all stop chasing perfect authenticity and start embracing honesty. So rather than putting up a facade online in exchange for acceptance, why don't you put the real you out there? And it's very important to stay true to who you really are rather than being a character in your own highlight reels. Maybe perfect authenticity online simply means showing up as who you really are, not for applause, not for likes, not for comments, but because it feels good to be truly you. You see, the moment you start to carefully construct a character that is designed to please others online, you start to lose touch with who you really are bit by bit. And the real you gets buried under filters, rehearsed captions, and the need to be liked by others. And before you know it, you start performing your life instead of living it. So, my question is, when you design this character just to please people online and you start to lose sight of who you really are, is that truly worth it? Because at the end of the day, authenticity is not something you post. Authenticity is something you live. When the light go out and the screen goes dark, who you are in that silence is the truest version of you that is worth living and also worth sharing with the world. Thank you for your time, and a very big thank you to everyone who has subscribed to my YouTube channel. Your support does mean a lot to me. It makes me want to pursue further on this journey. If you haven't subscribed, please do, and also follow us on our social media platform. If today's conversation made you pause and reflect, please do share it with someone who might need to hear it. Because navigating the noise of online life can be very difficult and overwhelming for anyone. Until next time, please do keep showing up as the real you, not the one that performs, but the one that lives. Take care.